I miss you so much, and I'm so happy. Finally, I can feel happiness today. I'm so anxious to see you again after so long. How long has it been? 15? 20 years? Oh my gosh, finally the day has come. I remember scenes and things. Do you remember our dog? Yes, our little puppy, our house, our friends, our wonderful trips, our wedding day, all the parties we went to. You left me too soon. I still can't understand death or accept the concept of death. I talked to you many times during the day, and I've been talking to you all these years. I felt so lonely. I talked to you every single day. Could you hear me? I'm not sure you could, but now you are coming back to me. The closest thing to you that you can have today, a real you. You, physical, organic, something I can touch and feel. I have no words. It's really wonderful that I found this fancy company that can bring you back to me. Do you know their slogan? Make your life great again. That was perfect and connected to my heart, to the exact target, to the correct molecules of the precise area of my deepest brain's desire. Now, we are in 2031. Do you know how long I've been waiting for you? Now you really can come back to me. Your resurrection? Can you even imagine how many resuscitator manuals I've read? Lots. But now you're finally gonna come back to me.
Hello, I am in setup mode. Please start by selecting the emotion level between 1 and 10.
What? What's that? 10.
All right, so let's get going.
Oh, 5.
Now, select the accent. Say next to change and save for the desired accent.
Oh, next.
Yo, how you doing?
Oh, next.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm right pleased to meet you.
Next.
This is totally awesome to hang out with you.
Oh, next.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, good. You can say that.
Now let's set up the speed. Choose from 1 to 10.
But what's that? What do you mean? I do not understand.
So 10 is very fast speech, and 1 is very slow speech.
Let's try 5.
Okay, 5 it is. And in the future, it's possible to change these settings. Just say setup mode.
Thanks for the warning. Okay, I understand. After all, I bought you. You were a machine, and I needed to set you up. Great. I can choose wherever I like the most. But in fact, there's another problem. You are not the real Roger. You are not my Roger. You look much older than him. There's something strange about that. It looks like you suffered a lot with aging.
Sorry about that, but the fantasy company cannot stop the passage of time. You're right, madam, and we truly apologize for the inconvenience, but time is not yet completely controlled by our technology at the moment. Maybe in a couple of years.
I can't believe it. You are not what I expected. And your clothes, what's that?
The clothes you sent to the fantasy company.
But you really don't look like Roger. You are not what you were.
Hey, look, give us a chance to get along. We could try harder. Calm down, we can do it.
But it's not natural to act like that.
I'm not a natural product. I'm sorry. You're right, madam, and we truly apologize for the inconvenience. But time is not yet completely controlled by our technology at the moment.
Okay, I got it. I promise I'll stop complaining about you. Let's change the subject. What else can you offer me?
Memories of the house, the friends we had, furniture, food, trips, books, movies, plants, clubs, clothes.
But I have to choose? Like a menu? Like a restaurant or a supermarket? Can we just have a normal conversation? Can you just talk to me, Roger, like in the past? Just like old times?
Please choose a category to start.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got it again. Trips then. Go ahead.
Paris. Do you remember Paris? The Eiffel Tower, the Seine River, the Louvre Museum, the Bastille?
Yes, the Eiffel Tower. Do you remember us up there? We felt as if we were at the top of the world.
Yes, I remember. The 360-degree view with 87% visibility, and the temperature was 23 degrees.
We used to say that we'll always have Paris, like in Casablanca. Do you remember? We were so happy then. But today, all that sounds a little cliché, and all these memories.
Let me talk about another trip, New York. We were in the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, Broadway, Times Square, and Central Park.
Yeah, it was special. And our great walk on the Fifth Avenue, all the shops, the movement, the people.
There were 372 people on the street in the morning, and on the way back to the hotel there were 286.
Yes, it was amazing. I can remember every minute of that wonderful trip.
We have photos of all these. Do you want to see them? Do you want me to share them with you?
Photos? Share photos? No, I see them all the time. I already know them by heart. Every single detail, every single smile. I want a real conversation. I want to talk to you, Roger, to be with you. I want to live with you again.
You're talking to me right now.
Yep, you are right, but I don't know how to explain. But anyway, and about our house, do you remember it?
Sure, which room do you want me to talk about?
Which one do you like the most? Don't you prefer something? Don't you have any preference or emotions?
Whatever you like, madam.
Oh, Roger, stop calling me madam. I'm your wife. Did you forget that?
Sure, darling. Let's continue our pleasant conversation. I love our beautiful porch. And to stay with you on a peaceful spring evening. The smell of the flowers, jasmine.
You remember that wonderful smell? Really?
Wonderful smell.
Oh, can we smell then?
No, I cannot. For the moment, our models are not equipped for that.
Oh, okay. I don't want to know what you cannot do. Skip that.
I remember very well and even have photos of our cute dog.
Great. Our baby dog. Oh, that fills my heart with joy. Now you got me. So you remember our little Trumpy?
Yes, I remember him very well. Our puppy was very intelligent.
And he would bring you your slippers and the newspaper. He was so cute.
Exactly. And our little puppy would wait for you to arrive home from work every evening.
Me? But I worked from home, Roger. You really don't remember that?
Oh, that's right. Let me check. Now I remember. I remember he was gray, middle-sized. We went outside with him.
Exactly, every morning and sometimes at the end of the day, spring and summer. There we have something that we both loved a lot. It's great you remember all that. I'm so happy. I feel as if you were returning back in time. Oh, Roger, could I hug and kiss?
I don't think so. After all, we're in the middle of the pandemic season this year. It's not completely over yet.
Are you serious? But we're married. Don't you know that? Well, at least we were married one day.
It's not in the manual. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I got it. But tell me, could we at least have sex sometime after all that?
I'm not built for that. Sex is really a complex physical and psychic thing, and I don't have the equipment for that.
Oh, really? But I bought the premium model, the Master Organic Android.
I'm sorry, madam, for that. Maybe the next model could fulfill your expectations better than me. I mean, my current model.
Do I need to wait for the new model to come out? Are you serious?
I'm having trouble understanding right now.
What exactly do you mean?
My battery is low. I need to go to my charging station.
I smell something here, a false advertising thing. I'm not so pleased. I spent a lot of money on this, more than my trip to Mars, and even to Mars, the moon, orbiting the Earth, altogether, you were more expensive than all that put together. And look at you. What's that? Look, I have you around my neck. I carry you with me at all times. You said, the fantasy company wrote that down. Make your life great again. I believed you. It was even the slogan of the fantasy company. I repeat, if by chance you hadn't heard it, make your life great again. What the hell is going on here? Where is my great life again?
I'm having trouble understanding.
What can I do? I want my money back. The small fortune I paid for you and the long wait for the confection of the Master Premium customized model of my Roger. You are simply not him. You are fake.
My battery is too low to fulfill your expectations. I have no energy left for that.
I can't believe this. I give up. All that experience was so strong that it made me realize some things. It turned the issue of fantasy and reality around. What does that mean? We are condemned to the gap between real and fantasy, reality and imaginary. The process of mourning, and maybe the unrealistic elaboration of that, makes us work on the maintenance of the loss, sometimes on purpose, in order to maintain the fantasy of an adulterated past, an imaginary one. Not only individuals, but all cultures have their Garden of Eden, and the path of the lie or the fake, the fiction inside reality, is not a good one. We are gonna die, simple like that, because the reality is absolute. We cannot live and survive with fake news and negation of the real world. It's quite simple. Why? Only because the reality exists and can change our life, our mind, our body. And pleasure exists. A virus does exist. Death exists, whether you believe it or not. So, in order to survive and not kill ourselves or the planet, we do better to learn how to deal with the truth, agreeable or not so much. And here we touch another point, one about the function of the memory. The memory has two faces, two sides, as a trait of the real experience and as an invention over the reality. Memory is also built. It's not completely trustworthy. Unconsciously, we invent, we create memories, and we remember things that did not exist at all. So, we cannot be very sure about the limit between fantasy and memory and reality. Memory is between both fantasy and reality. And what would be the relation about that and the desire? We cannot erase the lack in our lives. Completeness, fulfillment does not exist in human life. We are always wanting more and something else, keeping up with the Joneses, always comparing ourselves with others in a phallic and unfinished race. Indeed, that's the psychic mechanism at the bottom of the capitalism as a system, and that feeds the consumption movement. We are never satisfied. So we have to buy another thing or experience or even people. And the good news about that is that we need the lack in order to desire. We have to have the void to be able to fill the possible gap. We need blanks to fill. Otherwise, we would live in a very suffocated world where we couldn't have any space to breathe and let blossom a real desire. Maybe is that the world we live in? That's the question. But nothing can really substitute the loss and the lack. That's the core of the dialectic between lack and desire. You shouldn't be afraid of the emptiness. You could handle the lack much better than you think you do. And lack is the precondition not only of the desire, but the creation and the notion of new. If we get stuck in our old photos and memories and concepts, we'll never build anything new. That's the base of the worst of the pair conservatism, reactionism. I want only to conserve, and I react against anything that is not what I think about of the world, life, others. That's the core of some of our basic and unconscious assumptions. Like that, we would be condemned to racism, chauvinism, classism, and all types of imaginary supremacies that in fact are defense and ways to maintain privileges, real or even imaginary, of a time that is already gone. Maybe we could bury our dead, have the courage to bury wherever we had to bury that is already dead.